Hey everyone, it's me, Matt. Welcome back to my Florida garden. I hope you're all doing great, and I hope you're ready to hang out with me today because in today's video, I'm going to give you a tour of my front yard garden. So let's get into it. So starting off with a panorama of my entire front garden, you can see all my flower beds are looking spectacular. All the planting projects and months of hard work have really paid off, and my April garden is bursting with color. So starting over here on the left side of my front yard, you can see this bed is looking so good. I've got lots of verbena ground cover and they're all in full bloom. There's three different colors planted in here. I've got some of these bright white ones, these magenta purple ones with white throats, and then these bicolor purple and white ones that start as a deep purple in the centers but fade to a lighter purplish white color on the edges. They remind me of the sparkling amethyst Superbeana by Proven Winners, but these actually aren't Proven Winners plants. So the majority of the verbenas in my front flower beds were actually grown from little 4-inch plants that I picked up for a couple dollars each at a local garden center. They're really vigorous and they spread about 2 to 3 feet wide, but they're not as vigorous as the proven winners varieties of Superbeana. I've got a huge white Superbeana on the other side of my front yard that I'll show you for comparison in just a minute. So some other plants I wanted to show you in this bed are my golden shrimp plants and my blue porterweed. My blue porterweed is here in the middle. This is actually a Florida native plant, and you can see it's got these interesting spires of little blue flowers that the pollinators are obsessed with. And then on either side of the blue porterweed, I've got my golden shrimp plants. These plants just started blooming over the last few weeks. You can see they've also got some really interesting blooms. I just love the pops of yellow and white that they add to this space. Looking just to the left of this golden shrimp plant, I've got this beautiful Supertunia Bordeaux. It's doing so well tucked back here. I just love how its purple blooms pair with the yellow blooms of the golden shrimp plant. The Supertunia Bordeaux is easily one of my favorite Supertunias. You'll soon see I've got three more tucked into some other spots in my front landscape. The biggest one is actually right next to the Superbeana I mentioned earlier, so stick around because I'll show you both of them here shortly. So looking toward the back of this flower bed now, I've got two dahlia plants that also recently started blooming. This white one here is called Snow Country. This bloom is about a week old, so it's starting to fade out, but you can see this plant is loaded with flower buds. And then you also might have noticed that some of the leaves on this plant are misshapen. It had a bit of an aphid problem a few weeks ago. I've sprayed it a few times with neem oil, which has helped, but this plant definitely has some pest damage. Looking at this magenta metro star dahlia right beside it, you can see this one has been unbothered by the pests. It's got beautiful leaves and this big, beautiful flower that just started opening over the last couple of days. This one is also all budded up too. And then before we move on from this bed, I wanted to show you my native tropical sages. You can see I've got some red and pink ones planted in here. These are also very popular with the pollinators, and being native plants, these are really low maintenance, and I've really been enjoying their blooms this spring. So moving on to this area next, you can see I've got some more white verbenas and a sad-looking Supertunia Bordeaux planted between my Adirondack chairs. This Supertunia recently started showing some signs of stress. It's not blooming as much and kind of defoliating. It's getting regular water and I'm fertilizing it on the same schedule as all my other annuals, but it's just been really struggling lately. When you step back, it doesn't look as bad. I just wish it was performing as well as all my other Supertunias. So coming around to the back of my Adirondack chairs, I've got two more dahlia plants. One is called Blue Boy and the other one's called Crazy Love. The flowers on these dahlias are supposed to be light blue and whitish blue. I'm not sure which is which because they haven't flowered yet. It's also really interesting because all my dahlias were planted at the same time, but this one here is so far behind the other ones. I'm really hoping it starts to put on some more growth soon. And then really quick, before we move on to the rest of my flower beds, I wanted to show you my two container pineapple plants. They both recently bloomed. You can see the little baby pineapples forming on the tops of each plant. This one here on the right is a little farther ahead compared to this one here on the left. You can see this pineapple is just a little bit smaller than the other one. In any case, I'm really looking forward to some homegrown pineapples later on this summer. So continuing on, looking to the right of my Adirondack chairs, I've got another bed filled with more of the same. There's various colors of verbena flowers along with some more native tropical sage plants. And then I've also got a handful of sweet alyssum plants tucked into this bed as well. And then I had a purple butterfly bush that I recently transplanted here in the center. It was looking great for about a month. It was starting to break dormancy, but it recently kicked the bucket. I'm not too sure what happened to it, but I'm not mad about it because in its place, a couple black-eyed Susan flowers self-seeded, so I'm excited to see their yellow flowers fill in this space soon. And then rounding out this flower bed, I've got another dahlia planted here in the back. This one is called Creme de Cassis, and it's probably the biggest and most vigorous of all my dahlias. You can see it's got four strong stems growing from its base. It's loaded with flower buds, and it actually just started blooming yesterday. Check out this beautiful pink and purple bloom that's starting to open. Looking over to the other side of my mulch pathway now, I've got more sweet alyssum and verbena flowers. And then behind those, I've got my hedge of native forked blue curl plants. They've put on a ton of growth since I pruned them a few weeks ago. These plants will top out at about 2.5 to 3 feet tall, and they'll be covered with the most beautiful little blue flowers in the fall. These are probably my favorite Florida native plant variety in my front garden. And then looking just beyond my forked blue curl plants, I've got my last dahlia plant. This one is called Thomas Edison, and it's supposed to have deep, deep purple blooms. Swinging around now to this front bed here, you can see this one is really filled in too. I've got more verbena flowers and another huge Supertunia Bordeaux in this space. I've just been so impressed with how all these plants have performed this spring. And then taking a quick peek behind the Supertunia, you can see my blue salvias are starting to bloom. They've grown so much after being pruned back pretty much to the ground earlier this year, and by the end of spring, they should completely fill in the space between my giant bird of paradise and my yellow bush daisies. So coming over to the far right side of my front garden, these are the two massive Superbeana and Supertunia plants I was talking about. There's only two plants here. It's crazy how big they've gotten. This white Superbeana is almost 4 feet by 4 feet wide, and this Supertunia is almost 5 feet by 5 feet wide. I'm so impressed with both of these plants. They look absolutely incredible, and they're doing so well in this space. So looking at the bed to the back here next, this bed is a sea of yellow flowers. There's a ton of native lanceleaf coreopsis plants, along with my hedge of yellow bush daisies that wrap around the back. I've also got a few white gara plants tucked in here that we recently transplanted out of my front porch seasonal flower bed. They're all budded up, and some of them even started blooming. They've gotten so big, and soon their white bloom spires will tower above all the yellow flowers. And then a quick update on all the Scaevola fan flowers that we also transplanted into this bed from my front porch seasonal flower bed. Only one plant made it. You can see it started blooming, so I'm excited about that, but I am bummed that none of the others rooted in. So coming over to my Birdbath flower bed next, you can see I've got two more Scaevola fan flowers that survived the transplant, and one of them here on the right is blooming. Overall, I wouldn't say transplanting the Scaevola was a complete fail because I got 3 plants to root in, but considering I transplanted about 24 plants, that project was kind of a bust. But for every garden bust, there is a garden win. You can see my white paintus plants have responded really well to the prune job we gave them back in February. They've put on so much size, and I just love their pure white blooms in this bed. And then if we look at my blue salvia plants from this angle, I think their bright blue blooms pair really nicely with my drift of white paintus too. Looking at my front porch seasonal containers next, you might remember that we planted these back in December for Christmas, hence the red, green, and white color theme. They're still looking so good, and I don't have it in me to rip them out and swap them with something new. So my plan is to leave them alone until they start to decline. I'll just let them tell me when they're ready to be swapped out. And then coming over to the other side of my front porch, you can see my white impatiens plant is looking amazing. It's completely rebounded from when I nearly killed it back in December. I hooked it up to my drip irrigation system right before I went out of town for the holidays, and I didn't realize its container didn't have a drain hole. The container completely filled with water, and the plant was not happy. Long story short, I was able to save it. It's put on a ton of new growth, and it's getting ready to enjoy its 6th summer here on my front porch. Alright, so the last area I wanted to show you is my front porch seasonal flower bed. I absolutely love how this bed is looking. Starting in the very back here, you can see how big my chartreuse green sweet potato vines have gotten. They're filling in this back area so nicely. Looking down the middle next, I love the height from the white salvias and white Shasta daisies. I recently deadheaded all of these plants, and you can see the Shasta daisies are already all budded up, and the white salvias have already started blooming again. Looking toward the front of the bed, my lavender sun patients are mounding out really well, and they're adding so much color into this flower bed. And then the Superbeana pink cashmere plants have put on a ton of growth, and they've also started pushing some more flower buds. You can see this one here in the middle started blooming again. I really love their bicolor pink and white blooms. Overall, I'm so thrilled with the performance of all the plants in this flower bed. They're filling in so nicely, and I think this is one of my favorite plant combinations I've done in this space. So that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't already done so, make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons so you can hang out with me in future videos. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.